we're set to go here with race number 2 from Brands Hatch, as we have Richard Fisher on the pole for the second event here today. Richard Fisher will start alongside Muppet in P2 and Ilka Happala in P3. Heike will start 4 today, followed by The Lonely and Will Farr in P6. Lars Stridon, the winner of our first race, will start in P7, followed by Stacy Greenstall, Danny, and Lumpy in the 10th spot. In 11th, we'll see Stuart Fleming alongside Nico Jokinen and Big Austin. Jan Hack starts 14th with Mark Rivette, and Raleigh, Johan, and Picard all starting 15th through 18th. Stacey Newcomb starts 19th here today, followed by Englishman, Maria Wheatley, and Tech Aid. Anthony Jones starts 23rd, and we'll have David Bischoff and Andy Griffiths rounding out the back end of our field here today. So we've got 26 cars for our second of 3 events from Brands Hatch.
If we all get a better start this time, there's 2 cars down at the back are ones that ended up retiring from race 1. So we'll see if they get a better run this time. I think Marie must have got into a bit of a tangle on the first lap of race 1, so let's hope she gets a bit further through the race this time, gets the flag.
Yeah, she was able to put in a nice lap in qualifying, but suffered some trouble during the race that cost her some time and eventually put her out. So, looking for Maria to move up some positions after having a nice qualifying for this race and just having a little bit of trouble early on. But it'll be Richard Fisher up in front of Muppet and Ilka Happala. Heike and The Lonely are top 5. I would look for Ilka and Will Farr, both good starters, to be able to move up several positions in the first corner if they get a nice jump. I'm sure Ilka will be trying for pole position, putting as much space between Will and him as he can. Ilka suffered some problems the first race, but it was really the Lars Stridon show as Will and Ilka battled it out for a long time, allowing The Lonely to come in and put himself in this race right at the end.
For me, I think Ilka's well placed to get a good jump on the front too. Yeah, I would have a little bit of money on him being ahead into Druid's hairpin on lap 1. But starting up ahead of Will, he's got a very good opportunity to break away quite quickly.
I think you might be right about that, as Ilka certainly sees the opportunity here to move a couple spots up, as his main competition in the last race are both behind him at this point. So Will Farr and Lars Stridon, the other 2 cars that were really in this battle all from the beginning, starting 6th and 7th, as it looks like we're just about ready to go here.
Everybody lined up now.
And the lights are off, and we're underway with race 2.
Lucas might jump even quicker. He's around the both of them already, going into turn 1.
Well, there's a bit of a melee here, and several cars go fanning out. Let's get a replay of this start, as Ilka Happala got a great start there and was able to get the jump on everyone into turn 1, only for us to have a bit of a collision here, as it looks like The Lonely spun off the track, and then we had several spinners down into the first corner there, as the cars now head off on their first lap. So a little bit of a mix-up in the top half of the field, as The Lonely loses several positions, go back to P13.
Yeah, definitely.
But Ilka Happala gets away cleanly.
Yeah, definitely got to jump on...
also able to get a nice jump there and move up into P2.
Ilka's now got a lighter car and a clear track, so let's see if he can break away from Will. If he can keep Will off his tail, he's got a good chance.
As the cars come streaming by for the first time here, several good battles out on track as we see the times coming in here.
Yeah, it's close at both ends of the field at the moment.
So we're going to take you through the field here quickly and give you an idea of where everyone's at. You've got Ilka Hapola up front with the Pro Sim Racing Audi, followed by rFactor in the Crew Racing Audi. Muppet runs third in a BMW, followed by Stacy Greensaw, Lars Stridon, and Danny from Swedish Racing Mates. Heike runs in seventh right now, followed by Stuart Fleming and Lumpy. The Lonely, who lost several positions when he went off track in the first corner, has moved up a couple spots here and now runs in 10th and is knocking on the door with Lumpy there in front of him. Although just as I say that, you can see the car of Mark Rivette trying to get around him, it looks like, as these guys are locked in a great battle. 3 or 4 cars all lined up right now, riding back and forth, mixing up for position.
It's getting pretty intense in the midfield there. Richard and the Lonely doesn't want to get back up.
As we see the Lonely go up on 2 wheels there, get a little bit airborne, almost lost it. Let's see if we can get a quick replay, as for a second there I thought he was going to roll it over.
Oh yeah, just clipping the final curve. And that was close.
But Ilka Hapola up front has got some problems on his hands, as Will Farr is right behind him right now as we look out the back decklet of Ilka's car.
Yeah, he just can't seem to drop Will. Even about 20, with I think it's about 20 kilograms advantages that he just can't break away. Bill Muppet has managed to create himself some clear air from Stacey Greensaw, so he's picking a very good pace. Also pleased to see Maria's made it past lap 1 this time. She's going along pretty nicely in 19th at the moment.
As we're going to quickly take you through the field here, as we are approaching 5 minutes into this event. Ilka Hapola out in front of Will Farr, Muppet, Stacy Greensaw, and Danny of Swedish Racing Mates. Lars Stridon runs in 6th, followed by Heike and Stuart Fleming. Lumpy runs in the 9th position right now, with Jan Haak trying to close up on the back of them, as you see some good action in front of him. The Lonely still running in 11th now, trying to pick up some positions after running wide earlier in the race. And Richard Fisher bounding over the curbing there, getting a little bit loose. Mark Rivette running in 13th position and closing up on Richard Fisher up in front of him in that subway machine. And Picard, who's running for Swedish Racing Mates here today, runs in 13th spot. The Lonely lost a couple positions there, not quite sure what happened. Let's see if we can get a quick replay and maybe we'll be able to get an idea of what happened, as we see the Lonely actually did spin here yet again the second time. So a little bit of trouble here for